Welcome to The People's View, a program dedicated to discussing local, state, and national issues and their effect on the American people. The People's View provides a platform for state representatives and national figures to present their viewpoint. Whether it's social, economic, or financial topics, you'll hear it on The People's View.
Hello and welcome to The People's View. I'm Representative Carl Seidel from Ward 1 of Nashua, and this program is sponsored by the Nashua Republican City Committee. Today we have Willard Brown, a candidate for representative in Ward 9. Will, welcome aboard. Maybe you can tell the audience a little bit about yourself and why you're running for representative in Ward 9.
I'm Willard Brown from Ward 9 in Nashua, and running for candidate of the State House from Nashua. And my primary reason for running is I would like to see more control of the state budget in the state. And also I'd like to see, try to get more jobs in New Hampshire and try to help the platform of the Republican Party to do that. I have been a business owner before and have witnessed how the taxes and things of the state affect the business. So I would like to help control that with the help of the other legislatures. So that is my goal. I would also would like to control some of the, or help control some of the
spending?
The spending, yes. The spending is quite, you know, we've had some trouble over the last 4 or 5 years, and I know that we've had some changes in the past couple of years, but that has to continue in order to bring that down.
Yeah, I think you're right. As you know, we spent during these last 2 years time to cut the budget by 11%, I believe it was.
Yes.
The overall running of the government, I mean, generally, as you probably guessed, we think that the government's still too large and that maybe we can trim some more money coming off this next budget. Do you have any areas that you feel that you would like to get involved in more than some other areas as far as some of the legislation is concerned? I mean, you know, there's so many committees that we have up there.
Well, I'm a very, I'm a disabled veteran, so I'm very passionate about veterans issues. So I would like to definitely become involved in that committee. And I would certainly like to be involved in the budget groups, but you know, I know where my place would be as a freshman legislator, so I would have to see where that would fit into how that plays. But certainly, you know, groups of the ways and means and things and how we do things up there would be an interest of mine.
Well, we have a very active veterans group committee too, and Al Valdesaro is the chairman of that committee. Ways and Means is a big committee, and it's rare that a freshman gets put on, but we have one. Yes. last election, we had Tim Twombly, who got put onto the the Finance Committee, and Ways and Means, Bill Ohm got onto that. So we do have some. They look to some of the people that we have here in Nashua as experienced people already, because they've had the business experience, and maybe you could tell us a little bit more about your business experience.
Well, I've owned a networking business that I owned for 13 years, from 1994 to 2003. At that time, I went back into to working for other businesses. I went to law school, took up a apprenticeship with the county attorney's office as a prosecution law clerk at that time, and basically went back into engineering too, and worked in engineering for a while. And recently, I'm looking to go back into business again, and also, work in the State House and try to shape the state of New Hampshire in some ways that I can help.
So your business experience includes law as well as management and computer
Networking and installing this in small businesses. A lot of law. I did a lot of law offices and patent law. And the reason I went to law school was because I was in so many law offices. I was trying to understand the patent law issues, and I wanted to help those law offices. So also, I wanted to have a little background of my own, so it was helpful.
Excuse me. So you look like you've already done a lot of background work to make you a better representative for your district. Do you feel that campaigning has worked into it? I mean, have you been able to go out? I know you've had some medical conditions that have limited you.
Yes, I ran for alderman of Ward 9 last year. I spent a lot of time out on the streets and met a lot of people. There's a lot of candidates. I mean, as a candidate last year, I went to a lot of homes, and this year I've been challenged medically, and I've been having a lot of surgery, so there's been a lot of challenges with me this year, meeting a lot of people. But I've been around the ward for 46 years, and a lot of people know me. So I've tapped into my knowledge base and a lot of emails, and a lot of people know me. So I've asked a lot of my constituent people that know me that
spread the word.
To spread the word, and it's out there. And I feel I'll do good. I did very well in the primary without a whole lot of
Good.
knowledge.
Good.
I think I'll do well.
Well, let's hope we get all three of you in
Yes.
Ward 9. So you're able to. Do you have a website or an email address that the audience can?
Yes, my
you?
email address is wlbrown@scannet. That's SCANNET.com, and my website is with the WILBROWN for New Hampshire house.gov.
Okay, and that
.org.
.org.
Yeah.
That should also be put at the end of the video on this interview, so people will have an opportunity to write that down in case they want to contact you. And you're very active on the email circuit, I understand, as far as responsiveness to your voters, and I guess that showed in your primary.
Yes, I did well in my primary, and it's been a difficult couple months.
Yeah, it's hard to do even when you're fully healthy, and to be able to do what you have, I think is very.
But I'll be very active if when elected, and I do plan on being a very active legislator. And being up there in whatever committees that I'm assigned.
Well, with your varied background, I imagine there's a lot of opportunities up there, and one of the processes that you go through after you get elected first, then you go through an orientation program where they ask you what committees you might be interested in. You get a little bit of exposure to that, and if any of us here in the Nashua delegation could help you, because we have a variety of committees that we're on. But then you might even get chosen for a committee because of your background that you didn't put down as one of your top 3, like I did. I got put on the Public Works Committee. I found that it wasn't on my list at all, but I found it very interesting and a very I could almost say nonpartisan type committee, because we're all looking for improving the infrastructure of the state. But you might find one that fits your experience, and you'd be happy on that one too.
Well, it's, you know, the idea is to serve the state. It's not always what you want to do. It's the idea is, you know, you're not in it to serve yourself. It's to serve the constituents of the state and provide service, because obviously, you know, the idea is to help to build a better state. We need more jobs in the state. We need more, you know, revenue in the state. We need more things in the state to help a better state.
That's right, and there are a number of groups that are trying to foster that overall feeling, and you can work together with other peoples on different committees to make sure that the laws are written that helps reach that objective. I think we all want to look at broadening the tax base rather than increasing any tax percentage.
Correct.
Rate.
Correct.
So that we can accomplish more. We can make sure that people know this is a state to live in. It's a comfortable state, and that they're fiscally responsible. I mean, you don't want to run into some areas where you're borrowing money, you're increasing the taxes. We've gone through that 2 years ago. We ended that approach, but we have to make sure that we don't go back to something like that.
Right.
And I think you'll find that almost any committee you're on, we're looking at how can we make that, not the committee, but the committee that, the agency, the state agency that it oversees, more efficient, more effective on using the money that they have, and dealing with their constituents. Their constituents are usually the businesses or even the citizens too. We have to be, you know, things like gas tax and other taxes that are affected by all the people who live in New Hampshire. So we have to make sure that those things are only applied when absolutely necessary, or we have, again, get back to broadening the tax base. More people, more jobs, more taxpayers, more businesses that are contributing to the tax coffers, and then you can do a little bit more of what you want to do. But when you have, I think our approach has been, and I'm sure you've understood this, that we find out how much money we plan on getting, and that we have to split up among all the needs.
Correct.
We look at it that way, not look at all what we'd like to do and then figure out how we're going to pay for it.
Increasing taxes. And
that's right.
Correct. I don't have that approach. I believe in, you know, finding out what we have and spending to that level, and actually bringing that level, you know, that spending level down if we can.
Yeah, and holding people responsible. I think people have to be responsible for some of their actions.
And doing it without an income tax or sales tax is my priority.
Okay, very good.
So.
Well, it sounds like you're ready to go out there and win a seat there for...
I want to, and with a passion.
And if anybody wants to help you, I'm sure they can know how to contact you to help you get elected. And we'll be going through that now for, well, I guess we have, what, 28 days left?
28 days and a wake-up.
Yeah. Well,
we have a presidential election, so we should have a good turnout. There's a lot of people that are really wanting to be out there.
right.
I think we'll have a good turnout this year.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for for your time this morning, and we'll be seeing you on the TV in a few weeks, and hopefully people will contact you and help you win your campaign.
Well, thank you very much. Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you. Thank you.
I'd like to just close with the comments about the Nashua City Republican Committee. We meet every second Thursday of the month at the Crown Plaza at 6:30, and we'd welcome any people who are interested in joining our political activities. We also have a website, NashuaGOP.org, where you can see all the events and have connections to earlier shows on the People's View. And we have a communications area that you can ask questions or suggest topics for future People View shows. Thank you very much for listening in.